Hey guys, welcome to the studios of Center Target Firearms and Indoor Range. I'm Brett. Here's Joe. And look who's back
I'm
with us,
back,
Bobby.
back. Yeah.
And guys, we got Kaya with SAR-USA here with us, and talking about these are magnificent. These we're talking about your lineup of SAR-USA, and folks, if you've never heard of SAR-USA, you need to check it out.
Yeah, without question. I mean, we went. Kaya's set up here on the range today, and we got range day going on, and you got a variant of different, a lot of different variants of what you guys have here. And man, we've been spending some time back on the range, and we've shot a lot of these, and we are very impressed. But tell us a bit, Kaya, about what about SAR. A lot of folks haven't heard about SAR USA.
Of course. Well, first of all, thanks for having us over here. You guys got a fantastic facility.
Appreciate
I
that.
go to a bunch of places, and this place is clean.
All right.
Nice.
The owners
Wow.
have done a really good job.
Wow.
yes.
Okay. So, thank you guys. Well, it's an honor to be here. And yes, we set up a booth over here to basically showcase our products here in this area. SAR USA is basically at this point, we are our own company. We import SAR-Samas products, which is also our parent company.
Mm-hmm.
SAR USA is actually SAR-Samas. And SAR-Samas is a Turkish brand, but been in business since 1880,
Mm-hmm.
142 years. And if there's anything that we know how to make guns.
Well, I always like to pick out all the things I like, and there are a ton of things I like about these, and then I always try to pick out the things I don't. And boy, I'm very limited on the things I couldn't. So that was, and you already fixed that for me. So now I don't have anything other than.
Yeah, I know.
I've got to buy one now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
And I
I
want
have to buy it.
And I want to say this
I gotta
real
say they're
quick
very
too.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Very ergonomic. I want to say, like, when I'm holding this, those who are watching,
Mhm.
the barrel is definitely offset
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
Just so I don't want angle to people. I don't want people to say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
you're pointing the gun at."
Yeah.
No, I'm
But-
purposely offsetting it that,
Right.
even though they're empty. But
Right.
still,
Even
ergonomic.
even the little things like the mag release, that means
Mhm.
a lot. You get some with big old honking mag release buttons there, but I like this. It's ergonomic, and it's just really
And here's
just
the beautiful thing about these mag releases too. I know we're like talking about the ergonomics, but if you look at, I'm just gonna lift it like that, like even at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I've had some guns. I don't want to bring out other manufacturers here, obviously, but you press it and just like, even when
Yeah.
you press
Oh,
it,
I
just
know.
that
Yeah.
happens.
Yep.
And when you're doing mag changes and you bring that gun to your workspace,
Mhm.
and maybe you hit it a little late, right? And it just gets stuck there, and you gotta strip it
You gotta
out.
strip it out.
But this thing just at a 90-degree angle. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, that's
It's pretty good. Yeah,
Right.
it pops out there.
So
Now, I ran a lot of rounds. One of the other reasons I ran a lot of rounds through the guns, other than I like shooting, is to try and get it to fail, try and get it to to shut down. And I'm not necessarily just trying to find a problem, but I also want to be able to sit here and say, I ran a bunch of rounds and I had some issues, whatever, and then try to figure out the issue. But of all the rounds I ran through it, I never had a problem. I never had a hang up, and I shot. Obviously we always shoot different types of ammo through these. So that's pretty. That speaks well to the setup as well.
absolutely, like I've personally on a SAR-9, just a regular SAR-9. This is sport, but they're all the same, right? There's different sizes. I've personally run just a bunch of really like bad ammo. Let's just say,
Mhm.
right? Different brands and old and rusty. Just grab it from a old bucket, and a SAR-9 just spit all of them out. Right?
Well, I know you and I have talked before about this particular topic, but tell us how the SAR, because I think it's a really interesting story, how the SAR-9 came about as far as that whole background on it, because a lot of people think it's a clone of this or a clone of that, and I know different things inspired its design, but it's its own piece of equipment. It's not a copy or a clone of anything, correct?
Absolutely not. Yeah, there's no. This is not a clone. So here's the deal. Instead of reinventing the wheel,
Mm-hmm.
SAR just made out there and made the wheel better in a
Right.
sense, right? There are a lot of great manufacturers out there,
Correct.
of course, but what we're doing here is like we've got a dog in the fight too,
Mhm.
is what we're saying. So the story's pretty good, and
It's a
if
good
you're
story.
like me,
It's
you
a
like
good story. I'm a
backstory,
historian.
you know,
Yeah, I
love
like history.
backstories.
right? So uh, Turkish military was going to sign a contract for their sidearm with a known brand
Yes,
somewhere else,
I'm
right?
familiar with the brand. So.
Exactly,
Yep.
yeah. And well, Turkish president was like, wait a minute, we've got SAR-Samas here, one of the largest firearm manufacturers in the world. Why would we sign? It's like a pride thing, right? To
Mhm.
him, why would we sign a contract elsewhere? Why don't we make our own? And at that time, SAR-USA was not making these things. Some metal guns and some other guns, and some military
Right.
rifles and all that stuff. And so SAR-USA gets the contract. The Turkish president says at that time, you know what? Basically, here's a contract. Make something better.
Mhm.
You know, like that. And of course, SAR-USA's R&D team gets to work,
Mhm.
and they grab a bunch of known brands out there because they're known brand for a reason, right? They
Right.
work, they do a good job. Find out what makes them good and where they lack on, where could SAR-USA's capitalize on, right? So they grab a bunch of them and they find a no brand. Oh, the slide assembly
Mhm.
looks pretty good. Okay, let's work on the ergonomics then, and grab another one. Oh, the ergonomics is good, and use over 3,000 factory employees and mold their hands.
Right.
And
Wow.
on top of that, just to shape it, and which ends up being very similar regardless, right? And when it comes to, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I noticed, and I know you're, we start mentioning all brands. Now, we obviously don't say
Yeah.
anything negative, but it almost looks like it's got a vibe to it or a feel of it's got a Glock. Looks like a lot like a Glock slide,
Yep.
a lot like an HK or a Walther. It's got a lot of different
Yep.
things but I noticed some things going on in here that one of those brands I mentioned doesn't have, and I'm sure
Yeah,
you're
absolutely, absolutely, and those are very good brands,
Yes,
right? Of course.
yes.
And so here, what we have is here this full-blown metal skeleton here. And I'm going to say something about the barrel thing that we tested out recently. But for example, this full skeleton,
Right.
a known brand like Glock that
Yeah.
doesn't have it.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
it's got metal right here, the polymer in the middle.
Mhm.
This is full. So if those who say a clone of something,
Mhm.
it's just not. It's what I say. It's best of all the worlds.
Exactly.
That's the way I like to describe it. And it's a gun of its own. And it's a gun to go to work. And it actually was tested by NATO. Because in order for it to be approved by the NATO, NATO they have to test, right? And over 92,000 rounds through it. And was able to take the win at NATO testing.
So as we
Very
say,
good.
some of the NATO, a lot of the NATO folks are using this platform as well. Correct.
Absolutely, yeah. SAR-9
Mhm.
specifically. Just recently, actually, up in I learned this recently, up in New England. I was told by one of our TMs, territory managers, that they don't accept guns, like any gun. You can't sell guns out there unless they test the gun.
Yes.
Right? I just learned that, and so we gave him a SAR-9, and they apparently put him through some rigorous, crazy testing, and it got approved like right
I
away.
think I'm going to start that rule down here in Kentucky, where
Yeah.
we say I got to shoot all the guns.
I got there you go.
Center
We-
target.
we
We're
just
gonna
wanna
like,
shoot all
I
the
got to
guns,
shoot.
yes.
I got to test this gun
Yep,
before we
yep.
proceed.
So you're gonna need a lot of ammo. so
Exactly. I
just,
got to have
uh,
ammo too.
You
So
got a
yeah.
container back there?
I got buckets.
So, but yeah, so that's the story on this, right? So, our actually Nick,
Mhm.
territory manager, he loves doing his own testings on things, and
I could tell that
I
with
don't know.
Nick. I
He-
think.
you know,
I think. Yeah,
he's-
you would
he's
see
that
that
guy,
with Nick.
right?
Yeah.
And Nick grabs it again, nothing official, right? We just
Mhm.
Nick did it. So he grabs a known brand barrels,
Mm-hmm.
and tests it against some crazy test, and this he said SAR-9 barrels were um, twice as durable
Oh.
as others, like twice. I think he said twice or three times. Twice, I believe. That's what he said. And apparently these metals are imported. I also learned that. You learn every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
The toughest quality, the highest quality metal from Sweden.
Okay.
That's what SAR-USA gets these from. So overall, going back to the gun, SAR-USA develops this gun, puts it out there, and does a factory 150,000 round live fire at the factory, tests it, and gets it approved.
Okay.
And this becomes the Turkish military and police forces official gun, and then goes to NATO.
There's the story. So.
That's
And
pretty cool.
good
And it's
deal.
not a
Yeah.
so the bottom line of the story is we're not talking about a slacker gun here. We're talking about a gun that has been engineered, over-engineered in some cases.
Absolutely.
With an
And-
inspired by
Yes.
some of the best in the business.
And
And what I say is, okay, so of course, I'm with the company, right? I'm biased. I'll talk all positively and all that stuff. I believe in it. That's why I actually work for the company, not the other way around. But what I say is, anybody who's watching, listening, go ahead and grab one. Put it against your
Alright.
known brands. Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, I was critical of the safety, but with it's like we talk about all the time. It's a balance thing because that's going to be less apt to hang up
Sure.
as a big wing that you got. You know, for me, uh,
Yeah, so it's a
I'm
lower profile
yeah, I'm
safety.
used to
I mean,
using that,
yeah.
that if I have one with a safety on it, like a 1911 style
Yeah.
or something along those lines. So for me, I just have the fear I'll miss it or something. But you know, it's what's it made for? It's made for having fun. It's made for shooting. It's made for all those things. And if I was going to draw it out, you know, that would that definitely is not going to hang on anything. But you've already solved the problem for me because some people love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
not a big
having
safety
it,
fan. Yeah,
but
I'm not either, but I didn't realize when I shot it that it had a safety on it because it's such low profile.
Yeah.
You know, I've shot this variant before, but not that one. And I swear I did not know it had a safety on it. I should have looked better. I mean, that's my fault.
The beauty
But
of it is it's got something for all. I
Yes.
mean, it's
Yeah.
got for those who want it, he got it.
Yeah.
For those that don't, you got to fix for it.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely. So you want an external safety? We've got it. Oh, you don't like it? We've got it. So
and it's honestly it's not a bad safety. I'm not a big fan of safeties because I'm used to carrying firearms with no safeties.
yeah, same here.
But it's a nice
now
gun.
the K12. What's the trigger on the K-tail trigger weight on the K12?
Right about 4 pounds.
Right about 4 pounds.
Stock.
It really feels clean and slick. I mean, it's
Okay, that's it. Okay, we're gonna in the video because I gotta go shoot. I haven't had a chance to shoot yet.
Oh, you've got to.
you know,
I'm gonna.
this
Gonna.
is we're comparing now. These kind of again, you can see a little bit of what inspired those.
Yeah.
This has got CZ inspiration
Absolutely. Yeah.
written on it.
Great brand, but we provide something that's just as durable. Great. Very affordable.
The price has been.
Think
I'm
about
telling you,
that.
that's the
Yeah.
thing, and you can tell the beauty of this is you can tell you've got a competition gun in your hand.
A lot of
And,
people actually. We have a competition competitive shooter,
mhm.
and she uses the K12 and multiple other competitive shooters out there that have requested these, and we've sent them out, and they're loving it.
Mhm.
I've had people grab this just like you did today,
Yeah.
and just bang, 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 and go to town on it, and come back. They're like, "Wow, what is this thing?" So here's the thing: people don't know all about us, right? When they do, they're impressed by it.
Okay.
Same with me. When I first got hooked up with SAR, I was invited to the factory, and I went down there and I shot all these guns for the very first time in my life, right? And I was in law enforcement at that time. Like I just got out, and I was used to your MMPs and the SIGs and the Glocks, and that's what I carried on duty, right? And I was like impressed. I sincerely did not know anything about SAR, even myself, right? And I was very much impressed, and I was very accurate with it. And here I am with the company now.
Well, if people want to learn more about SAR-USA, they can find you on the website.
Yes.
So,
And our Instagram, SAR-USA official. Same with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SAR-USA. So we're getting there now, and we're trying to get. When people know about us, they're impressed.
And I think they are. Of course, I told you earlier, I see you on a lot of videos and
Yeah.
so forth. And it's a great product. And I did not know until I come in here this morning. I knew, about this and, this, but I didn't know you had that big of a variety that we have out
the
there.
table.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
my
it's
gosh.
awesome. And Joe, I can't wait for you to shoot,
Yeah, right
because-
after the video.
Well, probably. We probably will.
And the colors. I mean, they got
Yeah.
a bunch of different color
Yep.
schemes back there.
And when Bobby and I found out the price of that right
Mhm.
there, I just
Sold.
I said, because I told him, I said, I would buy this. I
Yeah.
would buy this. And, I knew about this and I love this. I said, I would buy that. And then he told us what the price range would be. And I couldn't believe it.
And when you're
And
talking
it's
about
just
almost
like,
half as much as some of those other
Yes.
names we mentioned, that's pretty
And-
significant. So.
people can say it's a clone or whatever, but, you have inspiration with them, but they're SAR-USA. You make them yours. You engineer them to yours, and that's what they are.
And everything is inspired by something.
something,
That's what I was going
yeah.
to get at.
AR.
like,
We talked about
we're
AR.
So AR-15s, right? So instead of reinventing the wheel,
Mhm.
okay, you can reinvent the wheel too, come up with something great.
Right.
but you can make the wheel better. So if you look at AK platforms,
Yes.
look at all these known brands that make
Oh, yeah,
AK
it's a
platforms.
fact.
To me, they all look exactly the same,
They do.
right? AR platforms, same thing. So, and when you look at a SAR-9, the way I look at it is like, if it's a clone of what?
Yes.
That's true.
No, I just want to know what is it for. But it's got inspiration. I think that's a very good way to put it. Inspiration of some really good brands, which is a compliment to them.
Yes.
And we just simply made those good brands, I think, better.
Well, I say we go back again. I may shoot some more.
Yeah.
Joe will.
He
Joe will-
may shoot some more. Yeah.
But I say we talk to some of the folks that are coming off the range. Now, listen, when we were back there, you guys are going to go broke on ammo because there was a bunch of people that were return customers.
Yeah.
They were reluctantly going in the range the first time, and then after that, they were coming back. Okay, let me try that one. Okay, let me try that one.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me try that one. So we'll try to get some feedback from some of these folks and see what they're saying about
And I
it.
told myself a while back that I've got a ton of pistols. I said, I'm looking more rifles right now, but I'm going to buy a pistol. Yeah, I've already told my
That's a
wife.
win.
So,
That's a win.
but it's great. Inspiration can grow into something really, really good, and that's what SAR-USA is. It's just a wonderful firearm. Come on in, try them out, and check out their website, all their social media, and you see this guy all over the place. By the way, and thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank
And,
you. It's an
yeah.
honor.
And we want you to come in and check them out and check out all the things here at Center Target Firearms and Indoor Range. Become a range member. Check out the classes. Check out all the special things and Truth and Targets, first Saturday of the month,
Saturday of the
Joe,
month, yep.
and all kinds of things happening here. There's some women's classes. I think they're going to have a weekly. Every once in a while, weekly 2-day. It's a 2-day deal. Concealed carry
Concealed carry
class.
class in the evening for people who
Yes.
can't make it on Saturdays. We're going to try to have a few of those, and it'll have to be a 2-part class.
Yeah.
But we'll do that in the evenings. Yep.
And we got Bobby back. We'll get him back in
Periodically,
here.
yeah.
Hey, we'll take
I
it.
come in for this one.
We'll,
I came in for this one.
we'll
so.
take it. I don't care
Yeah,
if we
I
shoot on
came in for this
Saturdays
one.
from
Yes,
now
sir.
on, but it's fine. But guys, like and subscribe below, and we thank you so much. And we're going to try to get some comments from some people and maybe get Joe out there to shoot. And Bobby's going to shoot it again. But we'll see you next time.